Hello, 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 hello. How's your night going, guys? How was your day today? My day was pretty decent. It was a pretty chill day. Um, yeah, it was pretty good. So, I am Elisa Sanders. I am your coach, okay? Your Seize the Day coach. And might as well say I'm your consistency coach as well, because that's what we've been talking about. And I titled this today, Wake Up. So hello to everybody. Come on in, come on in, come on in to Seize the Day Coaching. How are you doing? I titled this today, Wake Up. I want to talk about waking up, right? So I just want to say thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for linking up with me. Thanks for commenting as well. I just want to say thank you because you guys are really the reason why I go forth, right? So I just want to thank you. And I titled this today, Wake Up. So as I was writing, and as you guys know, I'm a writer as well. So as I was writing, I wrote this chapter in my book called Wake Up. Okay, so I'm going to call this the wake up call. I needed a wake up call, right? Because I was not doing what I was supposed to do. I was going through so many emotions and I wasn't progressing. Because, you know, we've been talking about consistency and progressing, right? And so, yesterday, the last video that I did, I talked about you thought you were done. And I figured out that I was not done. And I'm pretty sure some of you might have, you know, things in your life that you know you're not done with, that you need to complete, that you need to finish, or you need to go back and revise. You need to do something, you know, because it's going to help you move forward. So I titled this Wake Up. And I needed a wake up call because I was like very emotional, right? Very emotional, but my emotions weren't in the right place. I had a lot going on. Okay, at the time, I had started, you know, a job, right? I had started a job, and it was going okay, but at the time, you know, like I still didn't have a car, so I was, you know, waiting till I got some money together or whatever, you know, to get a car, and then it was just a lot of things that was going on. Family life was crazy, and I needed to wake up because I still wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. Like, I wasn't being consistent in anything. I knew that I wanted to do something different, but I wasn't doing it. And I needed a wake-up call. Then I had, like, emotional things going on. I remember I had a friendship that had broken apart, and that hurt me because I'm the type of person, when you're my friend, and I love you, you know, tightly like family. And so, but it just, you know, it got like went toxic and just was not right anymore for me, for us, you know. So that was kind of emotional. And then I kind of had thoughts of, you know, I felt alone. But, you know, sometimes, you know, God comes in and breaks things up because he needs to get you to a certain point, because what? You need to wake up. So he'll use those moments, you know what I'm saying, to get you back on track. And that's what I really needed to get back on track. Because again, I had a lot going on. I probably wasn't as positive as I needed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't positive in my thinking. I had like a defeated type of attitude about myself, and I wasn't being consistent in what I knew to do, right? I knew to do certain things, but I wasn't doing them. I wasn't consistent in praying. And, you know, I'm a prayer warrior. Like, what you doing, girl? And I wasn't fasting like I should. And I noticed that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just wasn't, like, I used to be able to do that, you know? And then I got to a point where, like, it was so hard. Then I wasn't, like, studying God's word like I needed to, you know? The way that I could hear from God, and, you know, in that way, and just to be digging deeper, I wasn't doing any of that. And again, I was on the surface. I stayed on the surface. So I really wasn't truly like living life. I was going through the motions. And I needed a wake-up call. I needed to do something different. I needed to come up out of my sleep and slumber and get it together. You know, it was like I was waiting for God to do something. I was waiting for God to, take me from one place to the next. And I was completely forgetting about what Elisa needed to do. I wasn't thinking about that. I thought I knew what I was doing. I thought I knew what I wanted to do as far as like, okay, well, Lisa, you need to start doing this. You need to start doing that. But I wasn't like making plans. Like, it would have been helpful for me personally if I had to start writing things down and did those things that I wanted to do. But I wasn't doing any of that, right? I was talking about it, complaining about it, but I wasn't really about it. And so that's why the chaos kept happening and it kept going on. And I just wasn't doing much, I was like complacent in my own life. And I just was going through the motions of life, but I wasn't living anything, I wasn't doing anything that made me happy. I wasn't doing anything that gave me joy. I wasn't doing anything that challenged or pushed me. I wasn't doing it. And I was lazy. I was lazy. I was lazy in the natural and lazy in the spirit. And I was like, Lord, what is wrong with me? And so then I started to get upset. And I was like, I was mad and hated the fact that I was lazy. Which you should not be happy to be lazy. That's not a good thing, But I'm saying that I didn't like that part about myself. And I wanted so many things to happen. But I was not consistent in doing what I was supposed to do. So how do you expect for anything to happen if you're not doing your part? I remember one time my pastor was prophesying to me, and it was about my finances. And he was telling me that God was going to show me how to get it instead of him giving it to me. And at the time I was like, really? What? I mean, I was glad about it, right? Because I needed my finances to grow. And I was glad about it. But it was like, Lord, you ain't going to give it to me? You going to show me how to get it? My thinking was so warped, guys. When I tell you my thinking was so warped, I look back at that girl and who I was. I'm glad I'm not her no more. I'm glad I don't think like that anymore. I'm glad that I have woken up, that I have awakened. Because thank God for wisdom. Thank God, that he has mercy on us even in our foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Just thank God for that. Because I did need to wake up. And so then later on when I started thinking about it, I was like, okay, well, I asked the Lord to show me, what to do. And I tried so many different things. I wasn't really like taking time to sit still, to listen to him. And, the scripture, faith without works is dead. And it's true. You have to put your faith into action. Faith is an action word. But the thing of it was, I was waiting for God to move. And I wasn't making moves. Or the moves that I was making, it was all in the wrong direction. I did that for a long time. I'll just make decisions because a decision had to be made. Now I'm like, okay, Lord, what do you want me to do with this? How should I move in this area? I wasn't really consulting him about it. And he's supposed to be the head of my life, right? But I wasn't consulting him. I was just like, okay, Lord, what you want me to do? And then I would like listen. I'm like, oh, I don't hear nothing. After a couple of minutes, I don't hear nothing. So let me go make this decision. And it put me like in the cycle, like I kept doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And that just wasn't good. But I needed to wake up out of my emotions, whatever I felt, I just went along with that. And I'm not saying don't do that, but don't let your emotions rule you. And that's what I was doing. I was letting my emotions rule me instead of allowing God to be the head of my life, and I will follow him and his wisdom. I wasn't doing that. I was following Elisa, following what Elisa wanted to do. And I was just like, in a daze. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, let me go do this. I'll go do that. I'll go do this. I'll go do that. But not like, okay, Lord, what you want me to do? You know? And how you want me to proceed with this, that what just happened. If I was sad, I was sad. And it's okay to be sad, but you have, like I said, you can't allow your emotions to just overtake you and overrule you. And if you said, oh, I'm just sad the whole day and I can't, get throughout the day, or if I'm angry, oh, I'm just going to be angry and I'm going to act out on this anger like this. No, you're supposed to, be able to feel what you're feeling, right? Take it to the Lord and say, okay, God, this is how I'm feeling right now. I need your help with this because I'm struggling in this area, or whatever it is. That's what you should be doing. You should be asking God to help you through these situations and not you just do whatever comes to your mind. Because sometimes doing what comes to your mind is not the right thing. I just want you to know that. So, I just was like in a daze. I needed to wake up. It's like, girl, don't you see what the problem is? You not being consistent in anything. You're not listening, which means you being disobedient. You just going with whatever is going on. Whatever thought, feeling, emotion that you got going on, that's what you're going with. But you're not focusing. You're not being consistent. You're not using the tools that you have. And so that would make me stay in the same spot, stuck there. So when I slowly started to come out of it, so like it wasn't like a overnight thing, right? It was a whole process. I'm still processing things, okay? It was a process, and we have to be able to accept the process and go through the process. Because sometimes things are not going to just like end like that for you. It's just not. You have to go through it to get past it, to deal with it. And so it was slow and steady, and probably because of me. It probably could have gone a lot faster, if I really had been focusing like I should and, really doing due diligence to the process. It probably could have gone a lot smoother, and it could have gone, it didn't have to last as long, So I just thank God that he is long suffering. I thank God that he sticks with you, that he has mercy. I really do, because it was God that really, helped me through, pushed me through, made me see certain things. My eyes opened up. My eyes opened up, and I woke up, and it was like, girl, you can't do this another day. You can't be sad today because things ain't going how you want them to. You got to wake up. The time is out for crying. Because I remember one time before I even got to that part, right? I remember I was in my room and I just was trying to cry so hard. Crying because I was feeling sorry for myself because so many things was just going wrong and I couldn't get things right. Oh, and I was just like, Lord, I'm just tired of this. And this is wrong and that's wrong. And I was trying to have a pity party so bad. When I tell you a tear would not come out, I tried to cry so hard. I tried to get tears to come out. I tried so hard for those tears to come out. They did not come. Because the Lord basically told me, stop crying. And I literally heard that in my spirit. Stop crying. It's not time to cry. You have to get up from here. And you have to move. You have to do what I'm telling you to do to help your way out of this. You know what I'm saying? But I did. I wanted to cry. And God would not let me cry. He would not let me squeeze a tear out. Okay? And I thought it was so funny because I was like, I was really trying to have a pity party. And I was really just trying to feel sorry for myself. And God wouldn't let me. There's a time to cry. And then there's a time to get up and move. There's a time to walk in your faith. There's a time to be strong. There's a time, to do things instead of sitting there and wallowing in how you feel. Just like that story of when David, when they were in Ziklag, and when they had come back, from battle and everything, and him and the men, and they come back, and they get back home, everything was gone. Their wives, their children, everything. The enemy had come in and they had taken everything from them. The men were so mad at David, they wanted to kill David. Because, you know, he was the leader, you know. And David cried and cried and cried and cried. Cried until David couldn't cry anymore, till tears wouldn't come out anymore. Then David went into prayer. And said, okay, I got to talk to God. I got to find out what's going on. What you want me to do? And David asked God, what you want me to do? Should I pursue? And the Lord told me, yep, pursue. Go get your stuff back. Go get your wives and get your children back. Get your stuff back. Pursue. Sometimes we have to pursue. Okay? We have to be consistent in our pursuit. And we have to wake up and stop being so emotional and stop letting life beat us up. We have to take a stance at some point. You have to wake up. Be alert. No more sleeping. No more being down and out and depressed. I'm not saying depression is not a real thing, but I know it's a spirit. I've dealt with it myself, but it doesn't have to be. I know somebody who can, you know, deliver you from that spirit. Okay? He can deliver you from that. So I'm just saying so much that we have to let go of, and so many things that we have to grab hold to get to our next, to move forward in life, to live and not just exist instead of going through the motions of life. You don't want to go through the motions of life because you're going to miss out on so much joy, so much peace, right? So you don't want to miss out because you just going through the motions. You just doing because this has to be done. Oh, I'm going to do this because, that's it. That's all I know, you know, and you stuck or something. You want to live and thrive. You want to be active in your living, right? That's what I want for you. That's what I wanted for myself. So I had to do a lot of things differently. I didn't mean to be on here for so long, guys. I really just want to talk for a few minutes and talking about waking up. You know, wake up out of your sleep. Wake up out of that tragedy that happened to you. You have to wake up because there's a time to get up and there's a time to move. So I'm here to encourage you today to get up. Wake up. You don't have to stay there in that spot anymore, in that place, in that headspace. You don't have to be there. It's time to get up and it's time to move. And I'm here to encourage you today. I'm here to coach you into that today. So I hope you have enjoyed what we've been talking about today. I hope this has helped somebody. If you want to dig deeper, if you want to go deeper with me, I would gladly appreciate that. You know, let me know in the comments. And also, I'm going to put the link right here in the comments for you guys. So I want you to connect with me. Okay, so that way you can know what I got going on and connect with me. Okay, if you would like to go a little bit deeper and take my free quiz. Okay, to see if this is something that might be for you. If Seize the Day coaching is for you. Okay, so I'm going to put the link here. And it's just going to give me like your email address and all of that. So I can have it. So I can let you know. So I can send the quiz to you if you want it. Let me know if you would like the quiz, the free quiz. It's just a few questions. Okay. To see where you are. To see if this might be for you. Or if you know somebody who might need it. Direct them this way. Okay. I have other videos up as well. And I just would like to connect with you. So please like, comment, share, interact with me. And I hope you have a wonderful night. And I hope that you get some good rest. I pray that over you. And also, I want you to live and not just exist. So have a beautiful night. Thanks. Bye-bye.